Good morning, Dr. Dekel. I want to really thank you for taking the time to join us today. Really appreciate it. I think it would be great if you could just start off by telling us your background and all that you've accomplished in your business world already.
Good morning. It's great to be here in the sunny Hilton Head on the water location. Yes, I've been in medicine for 38 years. Believe it or not, it was like yesterday, 38 years. Board certified ObGyn. But back in 2000, I transitioned to holistic medicine. So for the last 18 years, I've been doing holistic medicine, which means really going down to the bottom line of what actually is happening with people's health and disease, identifying the cause and actually resolving it without the need for prescription drugs.
So that's how, I guess, nutrigenomics comes into play for you. Very exciting science behind all of these different products.
Absolutely. And nutrigenomics is actually a relatively new terminology. When I started with nutrition laws, we didn't know what nutrigenomics is. But yes, the new science actually confirms what we should have known innately, which means that what we eat and what we consume, whether it be food, nutraceuticals, or anything else, speaks to our genes, which means what? It can speak well or it can speak not so well, and the results speaks for themselves. If we eat right and we supplement right, we're definitely going to have better health. So that's the terminology that we now use, nutrigenomics.
So this will allow us to be the best that we can be.
Exactly. And who doesn't want to do that, right?
Absolutely. You know, it's amazing what's gone on in nutrition, the different generations, from deficiency where we had scurvy to where we were using lots of vitamins for prevention, maybe even more optimum amounts, much more than just RDA amounts. And then we went to targeted cells, specific cells in the body. But now we have biohacking, which is just huge, the results that we are actually getting with these products, and just so excited that you can share your medical side with these different products. You know, this all started with a cardiologist back in 2003 that actually created this product, was put on the shelves at GNC. It sat there because it does need explanation. And so that's where it really comes into play, where doctors like yourselves that are taking the time to explain it is just so powerful. So it aired in 2005, got a little bit of a bump, fell flat again, and luckily LifeVantage took this product over in 2009. And again, I'm so excited about the number of physicians that we have in this company that are going ahead and just sharing this product for us. You want to explain, this is the study for Washington University and really what it says?
Sure. And again, this is so true what you were saying about, you can have a great product, but if patients don't know about it, I mean, what good does it do? And the kind of product that we have actually need a little bit of explanation, because, you know, people look at like NRF2, NRF1. What does it mean? What does it mean? Well, to doctors it means something, but I think today we're actually going to try to explain to every other person what it means, which in simple words is that these are factors, these are proteins that actually speak, quote unquote, to the mitochondria, which is the organelle within each cell of our body that actually makes energy. Obviously, good health depends on good energy, so that's number one. And number two, as part of the process of living, we are creating what we call free radicals. The response of the body to free radicals is to create what we call antioxidants. And as you mentioned before, supplementation, and we've been using antioxidants for a long time. But when we have a product that now actually boosts the production of the cells by 40% to make its own antioxidants, why should we not use that instead of just 1-on-1 ratio? It's like a 1,000,000-to-1 ratio. So to me, as a physician, it makes a lot of sense. And for anybody who's not in medicine, I mean, just read the data, and most importantly, just try it for 3 months, see what it does for you.
Absolutely. I agree. I'm very excited about the product. And this actually is a picture of the product. And the 5 simple ingredients. But I've heard this combination has a gene expression that I couldn't do this over the store shelf myself.
No, in fact, it's interesting because theoretically you can look what's in the product and say, okay, I'll take Bacopa, I'll take the other ingredients and get the same results, but for some reason, for whatever reason, that's why it's patented, I guess. Mm-hmm. You don't get the same results. So I'm a great proponent of not reinventing the wheel. And if I have a product that gives me all what I need, I say, good. And as you can see in the slide, I mean, it tells you everything you need to know about the product.
Mm-hmm. Certainly is much more cost effective than me trying to be a mad scientist as a non-physician.
And also, you know, you can experiment, but, you know, are you going to go to the lab? They actually prove it that your oxidative stress is diminished. Yeah, you theoretically can do it. Start another study if that's what your goal in life is. But my goal is very simple. My goal is to help my patients get rid of their illnesses, their complaints, their problems, and actually keep them healthy. That's it. If it comes in 2 little packages, I don't have to do another research to prove them right, prove them wrong. The data is there.
That's correct. Yeah. So what about disease states? You know, have you had experience with people that, you know, oxidative stress causes a lot of disease, causes a lot of inflammation, and that seems to be mainstream for many people?
You know, this is a great slide because if you look at this slide and you see that every system in the body is affected by oxidative stress, which means, you know, you can actually call it lipid peroxidation. And what it means is that molecules are getting attacked by free radicals. Free radicals are a byproduct of just being alive. And free radicals are actually molecules that are unstable because they are missing an electron, okay? They rob an electron from another neighboring molecule. Now that becomes a free radical. And therefore this stealing back and forth happens 100 times per second, even more. When these kind of chemical reactions are arriving or getting to the nucleus, into the DNA, you can imagine the disruption in function that these free radicals are causing. So when you look at all the systems in our body are affected by that, when you have a product that can address it, I mean, you can see that how all of these are going to get in a better state, in a better condition to actually keep us healthy, number one, keep us a good energy, but most importantly, slow the aging process, which all of us want.
And so I hear the word stress. So is that stress from work, job, or is that just living, or what exactly is oxidative stress though?
All of the above, all of the above. But let's talk about oxidative.
So we're creating it now, right?
Yes, because you know, stress is very individual. You know, I can see a patient come to me, it's stressed like it's obvious. I say, are you stressed? No, I'm not stressed. So it's kind of subjective, but really we have a way to objectively find out oxidative stress, which I mentioned before, lipid peroxidation. And there's a blood test called T-bars that we can actually estimate or actually see what kind of stress, oxidative stress, each one of us have. Mm-hmm. So it's not a matter of like perceived stress. It's actually proven in the laboratory. And so we can do it before and we can do it after, which actually we don't have to do because it was done. And that's the ABC yellow pill expose is talking about. So it takes 15 minutes. Just take a look at it. And if you want, take your blood before, take it for 3 months, actually a month, actually, according to the studies, take it again.
Right.
Okay. It's proven to go down by 40%. Well, I'll sign up for it.
Yeah, me too. I want it. I don't want to.
I want it. Give it to me. That's right.
So I've heard that for years I should eat fruits and vegetables and I should take my nutritional products. And all of a sudden I hear I'm really not doing the best I can do for myself, and that this product does 1,000,000 times per second what I couldn't do by eating right and living right, taking all my nutritional products. Is that true?
That is true.
Oh boy.
But I would not say to people, stop eating good stuff, just take Protandim.
Okay.
I would say eat the good stuff and take that Protandim on top of it because, I mean, look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. I mean, you can't argue with the numbers and you can't argue with the lab results. So yes, eat well. There's no question about it. It's number one. You want to be well, eat well. But guess what? You want to slow down the aging process? You want to increase your lifespan by 7%? Take it. I mean, as I said, I signed up and I want the results.
I've also heard that for every month that I'm on the product, I erase a decade of oxidative stress. And so if I'm 50 and I've been on the product for 5 months, then somebody takes my blood, I have a lab take my blood and they can't tell how old my blood is. So that's amazing.
Well, it's very interesting. And again, I will take it with a grain of salt because I don't think we can actually tell from blood how old we are. But again, we can assess the oxidative stress, as we said, by doing the T-bars.
Okay, so that would be a correlation to the telomeres.
That's
then.
correct.
Okay, very cool. Good, such great information, I'm sure everybody. So if they want more information, we have a few studies, I think 26 peer-reviewed studies to date.
That's right. And it all depends how much time you want to spend on reading studies. And I just like to get to the nitty gritty. Okay, I have 26 studies. I don't have too much time to read studies. What I want to do is look at the list and say, okay, this looks like the best 2 or 3, and I read them like I did. And once I see who wrote it and what methods they've used, etc., to me it's okay. But you're more than welcome to read all 26 of them. And if you still have a question, you can call me.
Great, very good. A lot of science behind this product. So this is the Protandim 1, the NRF1. How are they different?
They're actually, NRF1 stands for nuclear respiratory factor 1, big name for a protein. It's an activator. NRF1 speaks to the mitochondria. As I mentioned to you before, the mitochondria is a small organelle. Many of them are each cell, okay, because these are the factories that make the energy for the cell, okay? So obviously, if we have enough energy and lots of energy, guess what? We're going to stay healthy, and we're going to slow down the aging process. And the body's going to say, I'm good, I'm doing what I need to do. The problem is that as with life happens, and we do have we have free radicals, and we have toxicity, and we have stress, and we have byproduct from the metabolic process itself. And the mitochondria are actually subjected to all these negative environmental issues, and therefore they become less effective with age, just by being alive. So the NRF1 is actually a boost to help the mitochondria to do what? Number one, to stay in shape. And number two, it boosts production of proteins, building blocks, that are actually helping us make new mitochondria instead of the ones that are getting old and getting recycled. Because the body is very smart. If you have a mitochondria that's not functioning, it's going to say, hey, you're not functioning, recycle. Well, the NRF1 in Protandim is actually helping us make a new, more efficient mitochondria.
Very cool stuff. So I'll get extra energy from that too, huh?
Yes, absolutely. Give me some new mitochondria.
Absolutely. So, to round it out, this is a study that was done by the National Institute of Aging. And, again, it goes back to that ABC primetime video that was aired because, they talked about possibly expanding life. And you touched on this just a few minutes ago. So it positively impacted it by 7%.
Sign me up.
Yeah. Great.
Let's assume that's one question I'd like to ask all of my patients. How long do you want to live? Which is like a shock. What do you mean? I can tell how much I live. I say, tell your body how long you want to live. So if you want to live 100 years, you got 7%, which is 7 years gratis, free. Me personally, I take it.
Right. Absolutely. Very good. Cool. So we rounded out with, the vitality stack that has the omega, and you want to talk why they should be on all of those and how convenient and easy that might be.
Well, I tell my patients the most important part of their health is obviously the diet, but secondly is digestion. I say it's what you eat, how you digest, how you assimilate, and what kind of environment you have in the gut. And the gut environment, it depends on how well we digest. So it's almost like a chicken and the egg. So for my patients to take probiotics is a must, in my opinion. I tell them, you want to be well, you want to be living well, start with the probiotics. So it's extremely important. It improves all of what you see in the slide, but mainly we have a healthy gut, we have a healthy life, and probiotics is, in my opinion, you don't live on without it.
Great, good. Yeah, I mean, it's a great pack when you think it's got the 2 protandims in it, it's got the omega, it's got the probio, everything is in it that they need on a daily basis just to be well healthy.
The omega, just one word about the omega. The omega is so important. Omega-3 fat are actually a part of each cellular membrane in our body. Okay, and if we don't get the right fats, which are, let's say, if we get trans fats or hydrogenated fats, and I know that the food industry is now cutting down the trans, etc., but still have hydrogenated fats. The body takes all this and actually incorporates it in the cell membrane, and therefore the cell membrane becomes much less efficient, which impacts on the cell activity, the cell ability to do its function. When we take omega-3, the body actually says, well, this is the real one. And we actually have rejuvenated the cell by taking the omega-3 and replacing all the junk that we've exposed for the last 20, 30, 40 years, whatever, however long you've been on Earth. So omega-3 is absolutely important. It actually supports brain function. There's data to show that omega-3 reduces Alzheimer's, dementia. It's good for the vascular system. So it's, again, it's like the probiotics. It's a must, in my opinion, it's a must-take product.
So the Vitality Stack is the powerhouse. We all need it. Well, I can't thank you enough for taking the time with us today to really explain, you know, the Protandim, what they do, because they are unique. They are exclusive to us. There's lots of patents on them, but they can only be gotten through us. So they do need a little bit of explanation, but boy, amazing, amazing products. So thank you so much for taking that time, and really, really, really appreciate what you've done for us. So thanks so much, Dr. Dekel.
You're quite welcome. It's always a pleasure. And I do believe that as doctors, our job is to educate people. Okay, keep the education there, let them make a decision, but now they cannot have an excuse. They know. Absolutely. Let's hope they act on it.
All right. Thank you. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Very good. Take care. Bye-bye.